In this week's mental challenge, we're going to look at the 3 R's of a good shot: range, rhythm, and rebounders. Now you'll hear the 4th R talked about quite a bit at the freshman level with Coach O, and that's reversal, getting the ball reversed and getting yourself an opportunity to be open. At the JV and varsity level, this is an expectation that you understand this concept and that you know how it works within our offense. But when we're talking specifically about the 3 R's, we're talking about individuals shooting and being ready to shoot the ball. So we're going to look at range, rhythm, and rebounders today. Now your range is a place where you can shoot the ball consistently without being rushed or having to change things. It's a spot where you feel comfortable that you can pull up or that you can get a pass and shoot it and be successful in making it. Now your rhythm is if you're on balance, if you release the ball the same way. How close is a defender to you? Are they making you rush it? Are they making you put more arc on the shot? Are you leaning backwards and fading away? All of these things go into the rhythm of your shot. So you have to be a shooter who can tell where the defense is, how much time you have to shoot, if you can shoot the same shot every single time, whether you're at 12 feet, 15 feet, or maybe behind the three-point line. Being in rhythm is absolutely critical to being a great shooter. And then finally we have rebounders. Over 50% of the shots in a game are missed. That means there's a lot of opportunity for rebounds and putbacks. Knowing that, our offensive rebounding has to be great. We've got to be able to get in, get the ball, get putbacks, or kick it back out to make sure that we have a second opportunity. So, do you have the range, the rhythm, and the rebounders to get a good shot each time down the floor? We're going to look at a few examples of this and see when players have these 3 R's and when they don't. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at a couple of examples of a good shot and a bad shot. In this clip, we see Owen Watson down low shooting a nice little hook shot, and you can see that he gets the ball well within his range. He makes a move. He's within rhythm. He beats the defender up in the air, so the defender never really has an opportunity to get a block on it. So he has a range, he has his rhythm, and he ends up having Charlie Woodhams down low for a rebounder. So he meets all 3 of those criteria: range, rhythm, and rebounders. The second clip we'll look at is a kick out to Charlie Woodhams, who hits a 3-point shot. Now let's take a look to see if he's got all 3 of the R's to make this a good look. We see that Peyton drives in and kicks it to Trey, and Trey ultimately passes it out to Charlie. Charlie's feet are set, giving him a great opportunity to be able to go up and to score right away. He also has the ball placed in a position to be ready to shoot it right away. This is one thing that Charlie does exceptionally well and did all year last year, was get the ball in a position to shoot. He never takes a shot off balance, and he doesn't typically take any shots where he doesn't have the ball ready to go. We can see he goes right up into a shot. Even though he's challenged, he gets his shot off without having that person challenging him bother the shot at all, and then he comes down and ultimately makes the shot. He has the range because he can shoot from the three-point line consistently. He's within rhythm, and we have Trey, Jackson, and Ashton, all 3 coming in as rebounders. So we meet all 3 of those criteria. Let's take a look at 2 shots that are not good shots. The first one we have is Jackson Calloway coming in to shoot a 12-foot shot. Now this is definitely within his range, but when he comes off the pitch from Ashton, you can see his legs split apart and he's going to the right. So he doesn't, while he's within range, he's not within rhythm, and this would not be a shot that we'd want to take. He does have a rebounder down low in Cooper, giving him the opportunity to get a tip or possibly get a second look at it. So we do meet the rebounding standard, but we don't have the second R, which is our rhythm. This would not be a shot that we would want to take within our offense. That isn't a very good shot. Here we have Charlie Woodhams taking a shot and ultimately ends up missing the 3-pointer. Now the reason that this isn't a good shot, he's within his range, but with as close as the defense happens to be on him, he's able to get up and challenge that shot, and you can see right at the end, Charlie looks like he has his rhythm down. At the end, look how he lands. He lands with his feet so that he's leaning backwards and kind of fading away in order to get that shot off quicker. So he doesn't have the normal rhythm like we saw him have in the earlier shot. The two questions that I have for you: do you have what it takes to be a good shooter in our program? This isn't can you physically shoot the basketball? We have to have good fundamentals. We have to be able to know where our range is, and the farther out we shoot, the more of a threat we are. But do you have what it takes mentally to be a good shooter in our program? Can you understand when you're in a position to take a good shot, when you may need to pass a shot up because it doesn't meet those 3 R's? The shooters who can do this most consistently in our program are the people who not only make the most shots, but they also are the people who get past the ball most often because they understand what range, rhythm, and rebounders do within our system. The second question is, what do you think your current range is as a shooter? Remember, this is the range you can shoot comfortably in, and you can understand where the defense is at and still have time to get your shot off consistently and make a good portion of those. If you're out shooting on your own, it's somewhere that you can make 70% of your shots roughly. If you're in a game, it's a spot where you would make anywhere from the high 30s to roughly 50% of those shots. So when we look at a three-point shooter, we're looking at somebody who shoots 35+% is going to be a good shooter. If you're a post player, you may shoot 50 to 60% because your range is within about a 10-foot area. There isn't one better than the other. It's you understanding where yours is at. So your challenge this week, put in the comments if you can understand what a good shooter is in our program and you have what it takes and what your current range is as a shooter.